Okay, now welcome to the channel. And so what I'll be doing is I'll be working through the series of videos, the series of questions for the Csec 2024 May paper. And I'll also be trying to create some worksheets so that you can actually get some additional work done as you practice for Csec 2026. So you would notice I have a very interesting setup here. I have the questions being displayed and I have a calculator. Part of this is to ensure that you actually have a calculator present so that you can actually practice using your calculator. Like right now, you need to actually start having that done. So the first question says, calculate the value of the root of 7.1 squared plus 2.9 squared, giving your answer correct to two significant figures and then two decimal places. So using the calculator, what we'll do is we'll look for the square root icon, which is here, and then I'll use a bracket, and then I'll enter 7.1, then I'm going to tap squared, then I'm going to do plus, then I'm going to do 2.9 squared, and then I'm going to close my bracket. So 58.2, and then let's just square that. All right, something here didn't work out properly, so let me do that again. Square root, open bracket, and we do 7.1 squared. Then we add that to 2.9 squared. We will close our bracket, and then we do enter, and here we have the answer as 7.669419795553. Now the first part wants us to write in two significant figures. So what we'll have here is we're going to have significant figures, so we put SF, and what we need to do for this, we need to identify the first two non-zero digits and then make the according adjustments. So when we look at our answer that we have, our first two non-zero digits are 7 and 6. So what we'll do is we'll just look at what comes after 6. In this case, it's another 6. So therefore answer is 7.7. Now the two decimal places, we'll have 7.6. We have another 6, and the number after that is 9. So we'll have 7.67, and that will be 2 dp, and this is 2 SF. So that's the first question. Now I'll increase the thickness of the pen, and we move on to the next question. Now in this question, it says to write the following quantities in ascending order. So let me just clear this off here. Good. So it's easier for you to actually have this done as a percent. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to convert 12, the fraction, and then here we have the decimal. Now in converting the fraction, I'll write it out first, 12 divided by 25 times 100, because remember percentage is times 100, or 100% basically is what we make use of. So we'll do 12, and we'll look for A as a whole number, and then B as a fraction, and then we put it at 25 times 100, and that's going to give us 48. So that's 48%. So let's put that here. And now 0.46 as a percent, we'll just do 0.46 times 100, and that's going to give us 46%, and then we have 47%. Now from this here, what we need to do now is write them in ascending order. Okay, so we'll now start with the smallest and move to the largest. We're not writing the percentage, we need to write the actual values we're given. So we'll have 0.46, and then we're going to have 47%, then we're going to have 12 divided by 25. Good. So next question here, we have Mahindra and Jaya shared $7,224 in the ratio of 7 to 5. So how much more money does Mahendra receive than Jail? So let's just put this at the top here. We're going to have an M and we're going to have a J. So for M, it's 7, and for J, it is 5. So the total parts we have is 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5, which is 12. So we have 12 total parts. And the total money that's being distributed is 7,224. So for an individual part, we'll have 7,224 to be divided by 12. So 7,224 divided by 12 is equal, okay, something that's not right. 7,224 divided by 12 is equal to 602. So one part is 602. So let's see how much Mahendra would receive. So Mahendra would be 602, and he has 7 parts. So this is times 7. So we have 4,214, and then Jail is going to be 602 times 5. So 602 multiplied by 5 is 3,010. So we have to subtract this here now to know how much more was received. So we have 4,214 minus 3,010, and we have 1,204, and this here would be our answer. So moving on now to the next question. So we have a question here that says the present population of Portsmouth is 550,000, and it's expected that this population will increase by 42% by the year 2030. It wants us to write the number in standard form. Now, to express the number in standard form, which is also called scientific notation, we express as a number between 1 and 10 multiplied by 10 raised to a power. So what we know from this here, we're doing a multiplication and we have 10 as a base. Now, let me just write this out here. So we have 550, 0, 0, 0. Now we need to look here now. Since we have 55. Now 55 is greater than 10. So what we'll do is we'll put a decimal point here, because remember it has to be between 1 to 10. That's what the base number needs to be. So since it's above, we'll do 5.5. Now from this point here, we're going to count how many places we're going to move, and that's going to be our power. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer is 5.5 times 10 to the 5th power. And the next part says to calculate the exceeded population of Portsmouth by 2030. Now this is actually very straightforward. We know that it's going to increase by 42%. So let's do the traditional percentage approach, which is 42 divided by 100 times, which is going to be 550,000. So let's use our calculator for this. It will be 42 divided by 100 times 550,000. I think that's what we have there, yes. So this is actually going to be 231,000. So this is how much it's going to increase, how much more persons they expect to actually be there. So with an expected population, we're saying that no one is actually going to die. So this is 550,000 plus our 231,000. So plus 550, okay. So 231,000 plus 550,000 is equal to 781,000. Now, yes, you could have just added this all along, but I'm doing this here because I want you to get more familiar with actually making use of your calculator. Part of these videos is to ensure that you get more comfortable working with calculators, so I'll be doing a lot of work this way. All right, is there any more to this question? No, so that's it. And now here we have the final question. So for this, I don't think I'll need to use the calculator, but I'll be doing some zooming in and out. So the question says, the graph below can be used to convert United States dollars, US, and Eastern Caribbean dollars, EC dollars. So it wants us to now convert US $2 to EC dollars. So this is where US is, and EC at the bottom here. So since we're told what we're looking at US $2, we need to actually look at where 2 is. So like I said, I'll be zooming in and out. So that's, we have identified 2. So this is where 2 is. And we're going to come across. Let me just change a bit. Let's go with, just go with something fancy. Let me increase the thickness as well. No, you're not supposed to like use something thick, but I'm just doing it so you can see what's happening. So we're coming across, coming across, coming across. And it seems as though we're going to stop right there. So let me just go to something finer now, since that's what you're supposed to use. Then we have to come down. So it'll be somewhere around there. So we notice we're between 5 and 6, so it's something between $5. So let's just write that down now. We know it's going to be 5. So we know it's 5. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So with that there being how many spaces we have before we reach 6, we can see that each of these will be 20 cents. So this is 5.20, 5.40, 60, 80, then into $6. So from this here, we can say that it's $5.40. So in this conversion here, it's $5.40. Good. So what's the next part? Converts EC70 to US. So let me just zoom out for this here. All right, so we have a little bit of a thinking process to go through here now. Notice we don't have 70, but we do have 7. So what it actually means is, in working this question, we can work for what $7 is, and then we'll have to times it by 10, because 7 times 10 is 70. So now let's just zoom back in, and let's look back one more time at the question. We have EC 70. So we're looking at the EC component, and we're here at 7. So it be here being 7, we're going to go up, and we have our intersection, which is where it cuts the line somewhere around here. So with that being there, let me see if I could use this ruler and select. All right, so this is how you do it on your part. Just zoom out a bit. Zoom out one more. Let's go back to draw, select. So it's somewhere there. So let's just do the count before. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's similar to what's at the bottom. So we have 220, 240, 260. So $7, take the rule off. So $7 is equal to $2.60. Therefore, we do $2.60 times 10. So we do $2.60 times 10, which will give us $26. And that there is our answer. So at the end of this video, I'm going to try and just input some questions for you to actually do some practice with. If not, I'll try and include it in the description, where you can actually use a link to download a document or view it on one of my platforms, so you can actually get some work done. Now, as grade 10 students, I'd advise you, these videos are going to be very helpful in preparing you for your exam, because one of the biggest issues that students have is a lot of these earlier questions, they are not like familiar with or comfortable, because it's something that you'll do in Form 1 or Form 2 basically. So it's for you to actually get practice done so you're comfortable working these questions, and it's for you to actually have more exposure to C6 style questions. So again, when I inform you, just come watch the videos and do the practice, because I'll be trying to work as many of these as possible. This is just question 1. We still have the entire 2024 paper to actually go through, and the current situation that we have in the country in terms of the strike action. So let's just get some work done. But with that being said, I hope this video has found you well, and do enjoy the rest of your day.